working on this project. This is James Robinson. This is Lee Sung Jae, Rachel Pang, Doris Mao, and Kelsey Gamble. So earlier in this year, in the city of Nanjing, a man was shot and killed coming out of a bank with over 200,000 RMB in cash. There was plenty of surveillance cameras around to capture the scene of the crime. There was even a 13,000-unit manhunt for the killer. Despite all this, the police still had to sit down 500 people to review 10,000 hours of videotape. This process took way too long, and as a result, the killer escaped. ASTRI's developed a video surveillance software that's able to take hours of video down into minutes. In fact, this software is so fast and so accurate, we believe it could have single-handedly altered the outcome of this situation and brought the Nanjing killer to justice. The problem is videos take too long to watch. Hours are wasted having to sit down and scroll through endless tape. Not to mention, it takes workers away from their real job, which is watching the computer and protecting the premises. And if you're a manager and you're having to sit down and have your employees watch these endless hours of video, that can get expensive for you. So ASTRI has developed a time-convenient solution. We're able to compress hours into just minutes. We even have a search engine that's able to search and retrieve specific objects in the video. It acquires desired content fast, it's going to save you time, money, and it targets a rapidly growing 93 billion Hong Kong dollar market. So what exactly is our product, our technology? ASTRI's technology is comprised of two unique, very different video analytics tools. The first is called Video Summary. Video Summary is the tool that's able to take a massive amount of video data and compress it down into a desired summary of data. The second tool is called Video Retrieval. This is our search engine that's able to input clues like a human with red pants or a white shirt and retrieve data based on those parameter inputs. So let's dig deeper into the first video analytics tool, Video Summary. The way Video Summary works is it first analyzes the entirety of a video. It flags the important sections like significant car or human movement and eliminates the unwanted portions. It then stitches the important sections together, so on average we can take a 24-hour video down to about 30 minutes. Let's watch exactly how that works. So keep in mind, while you're watching this video, it appears that everybody is walking in the street at the same time, but that's not reality. In fact, everyone that walked in this street walked in a different time during the day, but our technology allows us to stitch that portion of video together so we can watch them all at once. So let's look at our second video analytics tool. Video Retrieval allows us to use a search engine to search according to witness clues, objects, color, size, direction, velocity. All of these can be used to aid police investigations in finding forensic evidence in their videos. For example, witness clues. We can actually have a witness produce a sketch, and we can a sketch of a criminal that may have robbed them or committed a crime. We can input that sketch or that face into our search engine and retrieve video data based on that face. So let's watch how video summary or video retrieval works. So what we're experiencing now is a real-time interface of video retrieval. On the left-hand side, we're selecting our input parameters to search for. So right now we've selected a human with a white upper portion or shirt and a black lower portion or pants. So we input these parameters into the search engine, it finishes searching, and brings up all the portions in the entire video that have a man with white shirt and black pants. We're then able to select the video we want and replay it on the lower left pane. So we say our technology is 2-in-1, but really it's more than just adding two technologies together. But what really makes our technology special? Any system integrator can go out and buy Video Summary and buy Video Retrieval, but they would have to do so separately from two different companies, because right now, ASTRI is the only company in the world that integrates these two together. The problem with this is they would have to be using 2 back-office databases because they're from 2 separate companies. You can think of back-office databases as an index in a textbook. We're constantly sending and receiving information from these back-office databases. So, if you're a system integrator and your system has to constantly send and receive information from 2 sources, this is going to take much longer than looking them up in 1 textbook from 1 source, which ASTRI achieves by integrating these 2 together with 1 back-office database. This is what allows us to be superior to our competitors in both accuracy and speed. So now that we've identified and recognized that we have this product that can go out and meet the needs of many people in the market, we have to ask ourselves, where does it make sense to position this technology in the market? My associate James is going to offer his expertise in this area.
Thank you, David. We believe that ASTRI's best opportunity lies in the mainland China market. Let me explain why. First, the video surveillance market in China is already a huge market, 93 billion Hong Kong dollars, and it's growing steadily at a rate of 20% annually. But while impressive, this growth of the video surveillance market as a whole actually understates the growth rate of the video analytics market that ASTRI competes in. Let me explain why. Now, we've looked at several factors affecting the video analytics market. Here's some of them. Technology is improving rapidly, and these improvements in technology make video analytics software faster and more accurate. At the same time, labor costs are increasing worldwide, and an increase in labor costs means that the time savings provided by video analytics software is much more valuable. And finally, unfortunately, violent crime rates are increasing around the world. And because of this increase in crime, police investigators need video analytics software to aid these investigations. So all of these factors are what leads to the worldwide 30% growth rate of video analytics software. But this worldwide growth rate further understates China's growth rate. Let me explain why. These factors are actually amplified in China. Labor costs in China are skyrocketing at a rate of 22% annually. At the same time, China recently launched the Safe City project. The Safe City project seeks to install video surveillance technology in China's leading cities in order to increase safety and reduce crime rates. Now, this Safe City project will greatly increase the demand for video analytics software. And while we're not comfortable providing exact numerical figure for the growth rate of intelligent video analytics in China, we're confident that it's much more than this 30% worldwide growth rate. Now let's talk about the competitive landscape of this intelligent video analytics market in China. First of all, through our research, we've discovered that Chinese users overwhelmingly prefer Chinese-made security products. In fact, in many cases, it's not simply a preference, but in fact, a requirement. The Chinese government requires itself to purchase Chinese-made security products. We've also discovered that there's currently no dominant competitor in ASTRI's market of intelligent video analytics in China. This gives ASTRI the first mover advantage and allows ASTRI to establish itself as market leader. Finally, for the reasons David described, our product has a distinct competitive advantage as the first to integrate video summary and video retrieval. Let me explain further. Consider BriefCam, our leading competitor in video summary technology, but not video retrieval. Because of the reasons David talked about, our software is twice as fast, at 12 to 20% speed versus only 8 to 10x speed for BriefCam. Consider also Agent VI, which does not combine these two technologies. It only offers video retrieval. Because of our combination of back-office databases, our software is 95% accurate versus only 80% accurate for Agent VI. So, now that we've established the tremendous opportunity offered by the mainland China market for intelligent video analytics, we must ask ourselves, what are our customers? Who in China needs intelligent video analytics software? To answer these questions is my colleague, Sung-Jae Lee.
Thank you, James. Okay, to answer those questions, we will have this graph and try to understand the relationship between cost of installation on video surveillance and technology capabilities of those installations need. As we go on to the right-hand side, the bigger the installation will require for higher technology capabilities most of the case. For example, a small coffee shop will only need basic fast forward or rewind technology, whereas the big corporates such as Bank of China will require higher technology capabilities, such as facial recognition. ASTRI's advanced technology can fulfill the such segmented market, which is highly sophisticated technology capabilities with the large numbers of installations. This is a pie chart of installation distribution by industry. From this research, we have found out that the top 3 on the list are in police investigation, highway surveillance, and banks. They are the typical examples of heavy users on video surveillance. And they account more than half of the video surveillance market. And ASTRI consider them as the potential end users. Not only that, we actually made the phone call and did the primary market research and found out 2 very important values from them. First, 95% of our end users believe that this technology will greatly benefit them. So now that we know in the market there's a certain value that people are looking for from the video surveillance, and our ASTRI solution can fulfill those. Second, but the most important, 90% of our end users are not aware of this technology before. This gives ASTRI another opportunity to enter this unaware market and to be the market leader by taking the responsibility to educate the market as well. So, you heard us talk about problems and ASTRI's solution towards the problem, and also several opportunities given in the market of China. First, large growth in an already huge market. Second, ASTRI is the first company ever to integrate both video summary and retrieval, which makes ASTRI to be technologically superior. Third, Chinese users prefer Chinese products, especially on security. Last but not least, no dominant market leaders are there in China, which makes ASTRI to compete more easily. So, ASTRI is given with a massive scale of opportunity, and Chinese market is not aware of this technology. The Chinese market wants a leader to emerge and educate them regarding on this technology or this niche market. We believe ASTRI should take this role and become the market leader and educate the market. So, our next question is how to move forward with this given opportunity and responsibility to ASTRI, and my colleague Rachel will share her insight on this aspect.
Thankfully, now I'm going to show you how ASTRI can actually go forward with these opportunities by first walking you through the 4 value-adding steps in the supply chain of software industry. Research and development is the phase where the code of the software is developed. Software integration is where the software integrators take over the codes and develop a platform on top of it, and also creates a user experience from it. System integrators will then take the software package and combine it with their hardware and turn it into a practical user application. And at the last stage, distributors will take the finished user application and install it to the end users' organizations. Now, currently, because ASTRI is a government-founded nonprofit organization, its organization policy only allows it to do research and development and license its technology to a software integrator. However, our academic-backed research shows that this is greatly limited for ASTRI to fully capitalize on this great opportunity that lies ahead of us. So as a result, we suggest ASTRI to adopt a new business model, which is to set up a separate company that assumes the role of both R&D and software integration. And for the sake of this presentation, we will call this new setup company VideoSoft. So now we've already established that ASTRI should go forward with a separate company. Now let's take a look at how we can actually put VideoSoft in action. The first 6 months will be continuous product research and development, and also the internal training of employees. Marketing and sales force will come in 1 month before the first product is actually rolled out, and to package it and get it ready for market sales. And also because ASTRI is a technology-driven company, our success lies on our continuous technology innovation. So the future technology research and development will start right after the first finished product is rolled out. And here's the human structure that we needed to actually execute those activities. We will have CEO to oversee the operation and management of VideoSoft. And we will also have developers to continuously work on our technology core competencies. And of course, and we will have marketers and salespeople to actively reach out to our end users and form partnership with our users. So we've already looked at the first year's plan of VideoSoft. So the question is, how can we actually sustain the success of this company? We already have video summary and retrieval, and we are also having video enhancement, facial recognition, online event detection, behavior analysis in its demo phase. Those future capabilities will build up our current technology and complete our current technology into a comprehensive suite of video analytics solution. This new solution will greatly enhance and add up the value that we can actually provide to our end users. And that's where we believe the future success of ASTRI and VideoSoft lies. As we've already mentioned before, VideoSoft fulfills the role of both research and development and software integration. And the question for us now is, who are we going to partner with to actually distribute our product from the company to the end user's hand? And in China, we suggest VideoSoft to partner with OEMs. OEMs in China takes over the role of both system integration and distribution. They have much more resources to a wide range of different distribution channels. And that is a great advantage that VideoSoft, as a startup company, don't have. So as a result, we suggest VideoSoft to take the advantage of OEMs to help us to expand our marketing and sales. Now let's take a look at how VideoSoft can actually reach out to those partners and OEMs. Because this product is still fairly new to the market, the primary focus of our marketing and sales effort would be to educate the market, introduce our product to the market, and get them to know how much benefits we can provide to them. We achieve the first primary goal through a series of online marketing activities, such as website building, free trial download, online banner advertising, and press release to increase the public exposure of our product and company. And from those activities, we will be able to actively collect market user feedback and use the feedback to approach our OEMs through intensive direct sales and attending industry-focused trade shows. And through doing that, we are able to interact with our OEMs face-to-face and persuade them in a very effective way and form partnership with them. So we've already introduced how VideoSoft is going to achieve its partnerships. So now let's welcome Doris to introduce where in China can we find those OEMs.
Thank you, Rachel. In our marketing research, we found that half of the total OEMs in China exist in just 3 provinces, Guangdong, Zhejiang, and Shenzhen. Using this information, we can use our marketing team to focus our partnering efforts in these specific regions. And since we also found that these 3 industries account for half of the surveillance installations and we can use this information to focus our technology development in these industries. This is the criteria we will use to find our ideal partner, and we will use this data to drive our decision making and select our OEMs to make partnering with. Now, Kelsey will discuss the profitability of this VideoSoft company.
Thank you, Doris. So, throughout our months of research, we've come up with a strategic method for projecting net income. Before year 0, labeled here, is our 6 months of R&D and marketing and partnering processes. We began sales at the beginning of year 0. So to project net income for the first year, we looked at current units sold in the market, the current market price. We've maintained ASTRI's high R&D budget, and we've accounted for these marketing and partnering process expenses. So So let's look at the timeline to understand further. So the first 6 months is solely cash outflows. We're spending money on R&D and on marketing and partnering with OEMs. But starting in month 6 is when our first fiscal year begins with sales, and then we start receiving money as a cash inflow. So all of this combines to give us a projected net income for the first year of 32 million Hong Kong dollars. So once we have the first year, we can project the next few years by a strategic process. So what we did was we consulted industry experts in the software business and also ASTRI competitors and used their data to apply a typical software lifecycle curve to our net income. So in other words, when you know the first year of sales, you can estimate the growth in net income for the next years based on historical sales of software products similar to video summary and video retrieval. So we were able to check and confirm this data with our own research and project these net incomes, which have a total net present value of 245 million Hong Kong dollars and will repay our initial investment by 16 times. So in conclusion, we recommend that ASTRI move forward on this opportunity immediately and pass off R&D and software integration to a separate company that can both accommodate and grow this technology. Thank you, and we welcome your questions.
Very well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have you guys seen that movie, Mission Impossible, the last one? Okay. Remember, what's that guy was tracking down somebody from getting off a train, okay? Then by having somebody taxing the picture, the photo of that individual, then he will be able to find a person out of hundreds of passengers got off the train, okay? That's something that Chinese government can definitely use. And we do have excellent connection, okay, with various, government agencies here in China. So do we have a rep from ASTRI here today? Oh, this is just a concept.
We do not. No.
Okay, great, excellent.
But I can go and comment on what you're talking about. This is actually one of the first ideas I explored. You know, what if you had cameras in a stadium that could identify some high-profile person, a terrorist, someone of great threat, and what if you could just immediately capture every face in that stadium and send feedback and capture someone immediately? And that's what ASTRI is going towards with these future capabilities we talked about, integrating facial recognition,
yes.
Event analysis, all these things into one system. So, yeah, they're in demo phase right now, but that's exactly what they're going towards.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One of the challenges of technology startups is going after multiple market opportunities and multiple OEM partnerships at the same time. So you're proposing 3 market opportunities and 3 OEM areas, if you will. If you were just to pick one market opportunity, which one would it be and why?
Okay, if we're going to pick one market opportunity, it will be police investigations. We've done a lot of research on police investigations, and because of Safe City project, the police investigation is actually using the most of the cities, most of the cameras installed in the cities, and the largest number of installations actually used for police investigation. So if we're going into the market, we'll start from police investigation because they're in the most need of this product, and it will be the most useful to them. Did I answer your question? And also with regard to the which area of OEMs we're going to partner with, that will be the South China, that is Guangdong province, where Shenzhen is, and all the other big manufacturers are. That comes from our intensive research, and we have sufficient data to back that conclusion up. Did I answer your question?
So great job, team. I thought I can tell that you guys spent a lot of time preparing for the presentation. I think it was very easy to understand, easy to follow. I appreciated the competitor analysis. I think that was very thorough as well. Gave me a pretty good understanding of where you stand in the industry compared to other industries, other competitors. It'd be interesting because obviously you're doing this project for a research agency, and research type agencies are typically not used to actually spinning out companies, although that does happen. I was wondering if you had considered just licensing the technology instead of starting up a new company, which can be quite challenging. Mm-hmm. One of the challenges of starting up a new company is that you have a bunch of researchers, but they're not equipped to really run a company and take it to commercialize the research into something, into a business. So I was wondering if that was one of the considerations that you had looked into.
I'm actually very glad you asked this question. This is one of the parts of the project that we've researched, that we come up with all these situations. Do we license it? How do we license it? Do we spin off a company? And your question is, you know, did you consider just licensing it to someone else? Yes, we did. We absolutely went through the processes and actually did research with our competitors on whether they license, who they license to, and so on. And we effectively eliminated that option and decided this would be the best option because ASTRI is only, it's a nonprofit organization and it can only make the R&D research. It's not able to make the software integration as well. So by spinning off a company, as you said, we're actually able to do in-house software integration and do them both, which is much more profitable than just doing the R&D and licensing. And if you did license, it would typically be a 6 to 10% royalty per sale of your system, sorry, your software integrator. So by doing that research and adding up those numbers, it just wasn't even close to this situation. So.
And then just one final comment is, again, it's a little nitpicky, just looking at your financials, the years 3, 4, and 5, I see your revenue or net profit numbers quite flat. I mean, you're only increasing it by $2 million each year. And I think, again, from an investor perspective, seeing a 1% growth in profitability, it doesn't make much sense. I know it's hard to do the calculations on the numbers, but it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it was, like we said, we kind of like triangulated this idea of applying this typical life cycle. And it breaks even really fast. It's in the first year. But yeah, as you mentioned, it does plateau and plateaus after, I guess, 3 or 4 or 5 years. But the point is that as we integrate these future technologies, we can actually grow that and have, we can have a constant, you know, I think we were doing 100 million per year. With these future technologies, the point is to sustain that company. So.
I agree. I think you did a really good job. I was trying to think about whether I had enough money to start investing. I'm actually very interested in the response to Jeff's question about which industry you would select, and you said the police. I was surprised because not knowing Jeff was going to ask that question, I was making some notes, and I thought that one of the private industries, like the banks, would be a better place to go. In fact, I can't imagine any place that would be more difficult to sell to than the police department in China, and you know, any government organization. So I'm not arguing with you because you've done much more research on this than I, but my initial reaction is that for a product like this, I would, if I wanted to have a quick success, I think I would look more towards private industry than public. The other comment, you used, this is a very small nitpicking point, but I want to share it with you. You used in a couple of cases Hong Kong dollars as examples. In my experience, the best time to use Hong Kong dollars is when you're trying to make a case in Hong Kong. But if you're in the mainland and doing the work, I think you should be quoting in RMB. And if you're trying to reach a broader global audience, then you would have in parentheses what that would be in US dollars. It's just a small point.
Yeah, great. So I'll address both your comments, but I'll address your second one first. The purpose of the project was directed towards management of ASTRI, which is based in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. I didn't
So,
know that. Okay,
great,
okay,
great.
okay.
So now to address your first comment. Rachel, you want to tell them about the process? Yeah.
So regarding the police investigation as our primary target end users, it's actually because we answered that based on our primary market research that we made the phone calls and we found out that they need this technology the most and they use it the most in terms of numbers. Actually, there are several opportunities that align with the ASTRI solution that Chinese government actually not prefer but regulate to use the local software and the local security systems for their national security. So we believe ASTRI, as a Hong Kong-based company, has a chance to stand and actually approach to the police investigation, which is government agency, and achieve the partnership with them to use their software. And of course, banks are one of our target markets too. Basically, in the broad term, heavy users who use a lot of installations on video software, surveillance, and who seek for the sophisticated technology, they will be our target market.
So there's no question in my mind that the police could use it. No question. I would just know that as a citizen, not as someone who studied this. My comment was more related to what came up in the last presentation about how cumbersome it is, how sometimes difficult it is to work through the government. So if I was trying to sell something, the government would be my last choice.
Absolutely, yeah. So to expand on what Lee said, actually right now, the way the process goes for getting the privilege to sell your security product to the government is there's a auction bidding process where you go in and a third-party company evaluates a number of security products, picks the best one, and then you get to bid for, the government. You get a certain bid, right? Right now, ASTRI has actually, their software integrator has already won a bid using ASTRI's software. So we're actually already, this is being used in police investigations already. So that gives us momentum and confidence that we can sell to further police investigations, because this software is specifically catered towards police investigations with the forensic analysis and all the things we can do. We really think this can help police investigations the most out of all of those industries we mentioned.
Okay, thanks. I think you guys answered the questions very, very well. Thank you.
Yeah, very good job. I think there's a great market in the casino industry, okay, for a system like this.